Okay, so this is the last video, and we're going to look at Toys R Us. Now, Toys R Us is a company that we can use because, one, they are in the toy business, they are a global business, so you could almost argue that this is a business that we could aspire to as Rawhide. And I want you to constantly come along and refer to Toys R Us, constantly in your analysis. What are Toys R Us doing? Who are they? And this is, fair enough, we may not certainly right now be as big as Toys R Us, but this is an area in terms of trying to understand the threats they're going through. We should be also sort of thinking, well, since we're also quite a global business, we might be suffering about the same sort of issues. Toys R Us, American toy company in New Jersey, and founded quite a long time ago, 1948. So let's look at their pest analysis. So the pest analysis gives some of the key factors. I'm just literally picking out the key factors that influence, if you like, the macroeconomic environment and the media and entertainment industries, if you like. So let's look at some of them. So in terms of political, you must mention this question, if you like, of Brexit. I mean, this is, it's not a red herring, it's there, it's affecting all businesses. So even if you're already talking about this idea of a global economic recession, refer to Brexit. It is affecting the uncertainty with what will happen is affecting everything from interest rates, when I say interest rates, the cost of borrowing, and whether or not you have access to certain markets. That is enough to even talk about when you refer to Brexit. In terms of high labor costs, so again, we don't know what the new rules will be when we have Brexit, or just in general, the fact that you have to pay, remember, a lot of your production is in England right now. So, if you like, costs will always be, labor costs in terms of unions will always be an issue. We don't really have in the UK, you're based in the UK, so you won't really suffer from these US-China relations. But I think the first two will apply to us. In terms of economy, of course, the Chinese economy is growing, and this is always a positive here. So the question here is, maybe we can now sell into the Chinese economy, so the global economy is expanding. If you like, that's always a good thing. Remember, fair enough, it's only 25% of our trade right now is is not in the UK. So this is a potential. It could be going both things, in our way and not in our way, but it's something to think about. And just in general, economic health and diversification is always a major issue to always think about. So really, just whether we have a general economic recession, really. In terms of social, I think we talked about this idea that consumers may be shifting away from more materialistic purchases, for example, and this idea, licensed products to increase profitability and decline in the target sector. So really the fact is that people might be moving away from just this type of entertainment. We don't know. It's really, this is really about a change in tastes. We really see a change in taste within the video game, people moving towards video games. So the key point is there are threats everywhere, there are things to think about. Really. And in terms of tech, we need to consistently innovate. Here we talk about the video games sales sector subject to volatility. So we're not even in video games, and yet we're already struggling. And at least we can now use artificial intelligence. This is an advantage to us to even predict some of what's going on. So mention this idea that, if you like, in terms of the future. Again, this is just expanding this is, we're only just going to focus on the impact of Brexit. With the UK sitting, trade agreements will be established, and then import duties might go up, resulting in increased cost of toys. But on the other hand, Toys R Us cannot raise prices immediately because of the printed prices in catalogs, and even if the prices are ranged, the volume is bound to fall, and the profile of consumer demand will move towards cheaper toys. I've already talked about this idea of labor costs increasing as well. So any increase in labor wages will affect the company's margins. And generally, there's always something to do with legal. Children need to be kept safe. The regulations are always coming in with toys, safety measures. And here, I talked about the protection of our brand. If you like, people always try to make fake counterfeit toys, right? So really, really important that wants to mention this idea of counterfeiting and the stealing of brands, if you like, especially as we're working in other countries, and they highlight for us that we're working in India. So really important to highlight this potential, especially as we do not have an excellent relationship with our manufacturer. We can have major counterfeiting going on. Really important. So we must be able to think about this innovation really quickly. Now, SWOT analysis bring us to look at some of the strengths, if you like, with Toys R Us. The Toys R Us have their own brands. That's something we can sort of think about. We have ours as well. We have an iconic brand, same as Toys R Us, popularity, efficient. We have an efficient distribution network. So these are all strengths, right? Wide reach of broad spectrum of merchandise. We have 1,600 units, product lines as Rawhide. So this is an advantage. Well, I think for us, these are the ones we would suffer from: heavy dependency on seasonal sales. I think we don't. This is Toys R Us are much bigger, so they've suffered very much from bankruptcy and lesser flexibility. But for us, seasonal sales might be a weakness. Also, the supplier for us and the supplier relationship with India is a weakness. So go through all those again and you can pick that out. Threat, of course, highly competitive and online retailers. So it's good that we are also going online, and we should be able to compete on that way, but it is a threat. And in terms of opportunity, we should be looking for strategic alliances, joint ventures. We continue to expand, if you like, into emerging economies. Also highlight this idea of emerging economies. And continue to have, if you like, private label merchandise, or just try and look at better ways of branding, improve our branding. Cool, great stuff. So by looking at Toys R Us, that should give us an idea of some of the things we should be thinking about and we can be referring to when we talk about our own business. Although, again, like I say, we probably are not as big, of course, as Toys R Us, but it is a company we can reference in our work. Okay, great stuff.